Good evening and welcome to Elizabeth Burnt, This and That, Thursday night evening edition. We're out at the grassy knoll, the railroad tracks where we sometimes film trains. And tonight she's going to do a review of
Jurassic World
World,
Rebirth.
which we both saw Tuesday evening at the theater.
Yeah, Ruoff gave tickets away for free, so we thought, okay, might as well go and see it and enjoy ourselves. And I hadn't been to the cinema in a good long time, but this is one that I would absolutely recommend seeing in the cinema just because of the sheer, enormity of it. One of my first real memories of the Jurassic Park franchise was I saw the very original Jurassic Park with my mom, and we actually saw it twice because we liked it that much. It was that good. And we just loved it, and she was a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan of it. I've been a massive fan of dinosaurs since I was a little kid, so I've seen just about every one of the Jurassic films. Not all of them, but some I like better than others. This one I would say was probably a little bit better than adequate. I would say it was moderately excellent. Not exactly phenomenal. But I did enjoy the moments with the dinosaurs, the action and adventure of it. I enjoy the tense moments, the edge of your seat kind of gnaw your nails off. I enjoyed that. It was kind of predictable. Scarlett Johansson, of course, carried the film. I thought I liked the doctor that was kind of roped into it, because it's interesting that name, Dr. Loomis, that's shown up quite a bit in the horror franchise, which I thought was very intriguing. I didn't know that until I read something about it because I'm not really familiar with slasher films, but apparently the surname Loomis is very common in horror films. So for another Dr. Loomis to appear in a horror film, this being sci-fi horror, makes an awful lot of sense. He was a character, he was a fish out of water element, so I enjoyed that massively. And I also thought that his line about science was probably the most profound and my favorite of the entire movie. I felt that the CGI was extremely well done. I was surprised because with the first Jurassic Park reboot that came out, I thought was extraordinarily done. It was just an adrenaline rush and brought to mind a lot of what we were used to. Of course, a lot of Easter eggs were in that one. Same with this one. This brought back the nostalgia, brought back that old feeling that I really enjoyed with the franchise itself. And I felt like that was something that was missing with the films. But, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty excellent movie. Not the best, not the greatest, but right about, I would say, fair to middling, more along a 4.5, not exactly 5-star because a lot of things were predictable, but there were a lot of really good tense scenes that I just threw me for a loop. I was literally clutching my chair. That was how invested I was. And if a film does that for me, it's a winner. I would say I would give it definitely 2 thumbs up. It's Jurassic Park. So, yeah, of course I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up because I love the Jurassic Park franchise, some more than others. But what was your take on it, John?
I enjoyed the movie, and this is typical, I think, with a lot of the newer movies these days. They keep the adrenaline level so high for so many minutes that it kind of wears me out a little bit. I think I enjoy movies more to where they've got, a high pace adrenaline, and then they back off for a while and develop the characters a bit, or tell some stories that give, maybe the rest of the movie more context.
Sure.
And that one, it maybe set an all-time, record of, what I can remember in recent memory of action films that I've seen. Mission Impossible's gotten to where they're doing that too.
Yeah.
It's just, and there's a point to where you think to yourself how unrealistic this is, because they almost die, survive by just the seat of their pants.
Exactly.
Over and over and over again.
Right.
And
there are lots of moments like that.
Statistics would indicate that they would not have survived all of that. So I think that becomes kind of unbelievable for me.
Right.
And maybe
that was a lot of suspension of disbelief.
Takes a little bit of the goodness out of the movie.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the formula these days.
Unfortunately.
I think people have a very short attention span these days, so they feel they've got to keep that adrenaline rush going.
Right.
And going.
It's more of a popcorn flick, and when you turn your mind off.
Yeah.
And not really have to. No, seriously, because a lot of people like that kind of thing.
Not what I can say is a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I like the entertainment
for a couple hours.
I like the nostalgia because I was noticing a lot of Easter eggs, and I would just kind of smile and chuckle, and
it
gave me a nice, good feeling. But beyond that, it really, I actually enjoyed it, but I would say it wasn't one of the better ones. Maybe better than. It was better than Dominion. I didn't care for Dominion, but I liked it a lot better.
I don't know if you can hear that in the background. We're wearing wireless mics, and they tend to not
it's catching
pick up
the radio.
In the distance. But I've got the radio, the scanner on in the car, listening to the railroad frequencies, and when trains occasionally pass what they call a hot box detector or defect detector, and they've got those, every 10 to 12, 15 miles or so. So they can identify a hot axle or something that could, be catastrophic and derail the train. So they've got these defect detectors, and there's one. We're at milepost 34. There's one at milepost 28. So just a bit to our east, they have one of those. So it's an early warning that we've got a train coming, and that was on track 2, which is going west. We're facing east. Track 2 is generally westbound traffic, so that tells me in another 8 to 10 minutes, we're going to get a freight train rolling through here, which I may catch on video if we stick around that long. Just one of our many hobbies that we've got. So good to have you with us tonight. Make suggestions in the comments. Be sure to, we always forget to say this,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and hit that little bell notifier so you get notified when Elizabeth uploads a new video. And we'd like to grow a channel, but we're not going crazy trying to do it.
No, there's no point in that.
We would just like to accumulate a group of friends that is interested in some of the same things that we are, and hopefully we'll post some content that you find interesting.
Yeah.
So from the grassy knoll, we're going to say so long and watch for our next video. This one will be released probably on...
Probably Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And we'll try and get some more
in the can
as they say, this weekend. But we do have that bicycle race, and there's
that's going to take up a lot of our
many
time.
thousands of photos that have to be processed.
And videos from me.
So anyway, you all take care. Thanks for joining us for this video. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you again soon.
See you next time.